Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Wednesday, March 8th, 2023, and it's already freaking lovely. It's always lovely, always. Let's start off with part of the loveliness here. I hate talking about these things because it's totally fake here, but okay, let's do it anyway. So we found out that this private payrolls number came in way better than expected. You see what this is? I think you get it already. This is part of the Joe Biden-Stein re-election campaign. So he can get out here and tout that we are adding jobs. We are not adding jobs. Every sector, every single sector of the United States economy continues to contract. And we can push this point home here because we just found out yet again, I mean, this is just pathetic, that the U.S. trade deficit continues to rise, hitting another all-time record. Imagine my surprise here. It's not going to stop. The propaganda, the distractions, the deceptions, the distortions, all of it. Okay, it's over. The U.S. economy is done. The global economy is done. And this is central banks this is deliberate. But again, they gotta blow a little sunshine up everyone's crack and tell them, oh yeah, we're adding jobs. We're not adding a single job. None. They're all going away. People are being laid off by the tens of thousands, more so than that, hundreds of thousands. And we got announcements pretty much every single day of more corporations slated to lay off even more people. Believe me, this is the trend moving forward. But they're going to tell you, no, that's not what's going on here. So anyway, after this whole rout yesterday with I'm talking about Powell yesterday speaking here on it was an incredible, what a freak show. No real questions, honestly. A couple with this whole thing about unemployment. Oh, sir, you mean you're deliberately trying to lay people off? No, but we are slowing the economy on purpose. I mean, come on, people. Are you kidding me? You can't make this stuff up. And this spiking in the MMRI, we broke 260 yesterday. We are now below 260 this morning. I had to write this number down. 258.4 this morning. Okay. Let's see what they pull off here, because I can promise you, if this number, the MMRI, continues to rise, it's just going to get even more dismal for the equity markets, for which I've been telling people for weeks now to limit your exposure to the long end of the market. Long end meaning buying an asset that only makes money when the market goes up and doesn't pay you a dividend, more specifically. Never own an asset, people, a company, okay? Never own a company that is not paying you to own them, okay, via a dividend here. Let us move forward. So we got the U.S. 10-year yield relatively flat from yesterday, slightly lower. We got the relative strength of the dollar, relatively flat. Explained to the MMRI now below 260 or just below 260 here. You got cryptocurrencies under some pressure, except XRP. XRP is doing pretty well as of late. And for those of you that keep asking me, yes, I am bullish on XRP. Okay, because I go through my emails every morning, and I try to say, hey, what do people want to hear from me? Every day, my email box lights up like a Christmas tree. And if I do not write back to you, I do apologize for that. It's very difficult for me to keep up. Anyway, so as I said, crypto's under a little pressure, except SRP is higher nicely by like 3%. Gold and silver are flat to slightly lower this morning. That's off of this relative strength of the dollar. Yesterday's move in the relative or comparative strength of the dollar was epic. And this phenomenon, people, again, is something you and I knew was going to go on. It's going to continue. Meaning the comparative strength of the dollar to other currencies will continue to outshine everything else here. Meanwhile, on an absolute basis, people, you can expect inflation to continue to rise as the dollar gets its purchasing power sucked out of it. Every single central bank is doing the same thing right now. They're all in some kind of twisted, distorted, whatever, freaky race to the bottom to kill their currency so they can destroy the people here especially those in the middle class. I mean, those are the target. The world middle class, and you've known this for, I don't know, a decade if you've been following this blog. How many times have you heard me say that if you're a member of the middle class, you have a tattoo on your face in the shape of a target? You are a target. And you know who the enemy is. What are you doing about it? I hope you're doing something about it. Honestly, because, again, as I said yesterday, there will not be a revolution. There will not be a revolt here in the United States. There are too many people dependent on the system. And they will support that system because, again, they're getting their stimmy checks and whatever it might be. And unfortunately, that's the way the system is set up. And this mechanism, as I have covered at length multiple times over the past many, many months here, the system of dependency is going to get a lot greater. Again, in my opinion, all right, and you're entitled to your own, and I would love to hear from you on this, the mechanism that they have in place right now to create dependency on the system as they continue to wipe out an entire class of people and pushing them to the lower rung of society will continue. You know that some people make some really kind of silly comments. Yesterday, I got targeted by a couple of people. Oh, Greg, there are a lot of veterans who are dependent on the system. You shouldn't be putting them down. I am. Where did I say anyway where I put down a single veteran that has earned okay, his or her right to getting support from the government? I never said that. And I don't understand why people come up with that. What I'm talking about here is prior members of the middle class who are deliberately, via the mechanism in place here, this Federal Reserve, being pushed to the lower rung so they become dependent on the system. That's what I'm talking about here. And this mechanism is powerful. It is powerful. And this is why we will not have a revolution. We will not have any kind of a revolt, unfortunately. Before there were these entitlement programs, people would get up and revolt against the entities that control their lives. But today, these same entities that control their lives have now become the system that supports their lives. You understand? I hope you do. And it's very sad, but there's nothing we can do about it. And this mechanism is going to play out to a much, much greater degree as the world economy continues to get crushed. Okay? But we're adding jobs. We're adding jobs. Oh, yes. That's the data that they want you to believe is true. Meanwhile, the economy is in free fall, faster than it's ever been in history. Home affordability at an unaffordability. People cannot purchase homes today. We're at a record low with regard to home affordability. People's debt burdens continue to balloon, and that's going to get a lot worse. People can't make ends meet. 60% of Americans today literally live paycheck to paycheck. Without one paycheck, they become homeless. That's where we're at. And that number is going to get a lot worse moving forward. I think you're all aware of that too. The nonsense that what's his face was pulling off yesterday, the thing. Oh yeah, people are earning more money. Oh really? Oh, but based against the rate of inflation, real wages are continuing to fall through the floor. But again, it's the deceptions, as you all expected. If you review the videos that I did at the end of last year, I explained, and we covered it right here, we discussed it, how the deceptions, the distractions, the look here's and the don't look over there, that mechanism was going to get even more extreme. And I can promise you that's exactly where we're going here. We don't have any resemblance of a free society, of a media that is giving you any kind of real information. You understand, I hope you do at least, that it's the central banks themselves who control the flow of information. They allow you to know what they want you to know, and then they twist it. You understand? I think you do. Anyway, that's where we stand. Let's see how this market plays out today. It's going to be interesting. After yesterday's wild ride, MMRI spiking here, a massive sell-off in the stock market. Right now, as I said, the market is kind of flat. There's nothing going on here. All right. Stock futures flat. Gold and silver aren't doing too much. Relative strength of the dollar isn't doing too much. Crypto's under a little pressure, except XRP, as I said. So let's just see. Let's just sit back and enjoy the freak show. I mean, that's what I always do. Anyway, and then, as I always say, what do we got? What do we got? We got each other. That's what we got, and that's so important. It's so freaking important to me. It's all we got. All right. This guy here loves you a lot. I mean that from the heart. Please share the video. Get it out there. If you think I've covered anything that you like, please, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. I will see all of you later for my live stream, 1:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I am looking forward to the live stream. I enjoy those things. All right. I'll see all of you later.